So what do you think that then means for the price of crypto, the price of Bitcoin then, at least in the near
Sure.
term? Certainly sounds like we could see a lot of volatility if that is in fact the case.
There will be some volatility as the market digests, and I believe comes around to my view that short term, there's too much hopium. There's too many crypto bulls and Bitcoin bulls who think that the ETF will be approved, you know, ASAP or in the next several weeks. I'm not sure we're going to see a launch of any Bitcoin. I don't think we'll see a launch of any spot Bitcoin ETF before year end. And I'm happy to bet people on this. I've been kind of goading some of the hopium bros on Twitter to bet against me.
Even with the cleanup that's happening within the space, you said that there's still a lot of
Yes.
price manipulation that's happening specifically on Bitcoin. We're seeing it trading above that $27,000 handle. What is the real value, you think, if the manipulation's still happening?
So I think Bitcoin, the real value is it's way undervalued. This is the best asymmetric upside asset with asymmetric upside I've ever seen in my life. And I've been in finance many years. But short term, who knows? Because until the wash trading, price manipulation, and fraud is completely cleaned up, I do feel like if you look at the trading volumes, they've gone down in Bitcoin, maybe because of US and Chinese authorities going after some of these Chinese exchanges like Binance, like Huobi. And the threat of that has made them kind of not want to be as aggressive, I think, in their wash trading. So maybe the current volume is about right when you strip out the bump up in trading volume due to this recent Grayscale decision. But for some time, we've been seeing a pretty significant decline in trading volume.
Terrence, the interest that we've seen from BlackRock, from Fidelity, just to name a few, on a spot Bitcoin ETF here potentially for the future, how big of a catalyst is that going to be just in terms of wider adoption and getting more people to eventually potentially trust Bitcoin?
Sure. Once they launch, especially those two, plus Invesco, which is the manager for QQQ, the very popular tech ETF. Once those three launch, or any of those three launch, it will be a massive bullish sign where a flood of money should come into Bitcoin and Bitcoin ETFs. Why? Because those three are three of the most respected traditional finance or TradFi companies in the world. They really know ETFs. They really know finance. They're respected by institutions and high net worth and other folks as well. So once they are actually launching and offering Bitcoin ETFs, I think a flood of cash will come in. Very different from gold ETFs. Why? Because gold was around for thousands of years, accepted across all cultures as valuable. By the time the gold ETF came about, it was like, okay, this is great. There was a flood of cash that rushed into gold because of gold ETFs. But I think with Bitcoin, it's going to be like 10x bigger, if not much more, because Bitcoin is a teenager. It's considered a scam by some of the people I respect the most in my life, family members, extremely accomplished law school classmates. They don't get Bitcoin. And I think that's going to change within about a year.